Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you I made a super delicious, super crunchy, super easy to make commercial chinchin recipe. This recipe is very easy to make. Just ensure you follow through to the end of the video. I'm going to be making use of some all-purpose flour, some margarine, some sugar, vegetable oil, milk flavor, liquid milk, salt, nutmeg, eggs and baking powder. The details of the measurements of the ingredients we've dropped in the description box. Into a bowl I measured out my all-purpose flour. I'm going to be adding my baking powder and then my milk flavor and then the salt. After adding all those, I'm going to be adding in the nutmeg. And then I'm going to set that aside. Into another bowl, I measured out the sugar. Into that, I'm going to be adding in the liquid milk, the vegetable oil, and I'm going to mix that with my spatula until all the sugar has dissolved into the milk and oil solution. Then I'm going to be adding my eggs one at a time. The reason why I'll be adding my eggs one at a time is because in case any of the eggs is already bad, I don't have to add it to all the mixture at once. That's why I'll have to break it into a bowl before I transfer it into the full liquid mix. So I'm going to be adding all my 5 eggs one at a time. After adding all my eggs, I'm going to grab my spatula once again and I'll use it to incorporate all the eggs into the wet solution. You can use a mini whisk for this particular procedure, but I just decided to use my spatula. So I'll set that aside and go back to my dry ingredients, and I'm going to mix everything together till it's fully incorporated. At this point, if you're enjoying my video, please kindly subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you. After mixing the dry ingredients together, I'm going to be adding my margarine and I'm going to blend that into my dry ingredients very well using my 2 hands. After blending the margarine into the dry ingredients very well, then I'm going to make a well in the center of my dry ingredients and I'm going to be adding my wet ingredients gradually. Once you start adding your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients, ensure that you don't overknead your dough, because if you overknead your dough will come out very hard and then you won't get the crispy and crunchy taste of the chinchin, because your chinchin will come out hard. So just add the wet ingredients and then incorporate it gradually. Do not knead your dough. All the measurements of the ingredients used will be dropped in the description box. So after adding all my wet ingredients, my dough was still a bit dry, so I added in some water to make it a bit softer. Please kindly give my video a like, and if you have any comments, observations, suggestions, please feel free to drop into the comment section and I'll respond to you accordingly. Thank you. I'm just going to take out a ball out of my dough, and I'm going to spread some all-purpose flour on my work surface for me to be able to roll out my dough. At this point, if you have a pasta maker, you can use it to roll out your dough, or I don't have a pasta maker, so I'm making use of my rolling pin to roll it out. Just roll it out into how thin you want it to be. The thinner your dough, the crispier your chinchin. So just ensure to roll it out very well. This is a kind of a recipe that when your customers taste it, they will always ask for more and they will come back for more. So at this point, I'm going to be using my pizza cutter to cut it out into the shapes I like. I'll first cut it out into strips, then cut it into mini cubes. You can cut your chinchin out any shape at all that you want. The pizza cutter makes the cutting faster and easier. So, and there are different types of pizza cutters in the market. We have the ones that have 2 mouths, 3 mouths. We have the ones that have some jagged mouth. There are different designs in the market. So if you are getting one, you can just get any type you want. So while cutting out my chinchin, the vegetable oil is already getting hot on the fire. I made a video on how to make your luxury creamy milky chinchin at home, so please do well to check my channel for that particular video. You can see how fast our cutting is, and then you can see how neat and smooth the cubes came out. So that's why you need a pizza cutter to cut out your chinchin. So here I'm going to be testing my oil to ensure that it's hot enough. You don't want a very hot oil and you don't want a cold oil. You just want something of moderate texture that will not burn out your chinchin. So you just have to fry your chinchin till it is golden brown. Once your chinchin is golden brown, then you are good to go. So that's where I'm going to. This is the way I'm going to do. Scoop out my dough, roll it out, fry till I finish frying all the batches of the chinchin. this point my chinchin is already golden brown, so I'm just going to be scooping it out into a drainer so as to drain out the excess oil. And before you package your chinchin, ensure that the chinchin is thoroughly cooled down. Ensure it is thoroughly cooled down before you package your chinchin at all. So the chinchin is ready to be munched on, and I bet you this chinchin tastes so delicious, full of flavor, nice and easy to make. Please, when you make this recipe, kindly let me know how it goes. You can package your chinchin in any type of container depending on how you want to sell it, the price you want to sell it, and how you want it to look. I'm just making do with these containers that I have at home. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.